prayer focus for today is the divine Jesus. There's so much imagery in the Bible describing Jesus and his exalted position that it's difficult to choose what to share. Here's a quote from Daniel that was popular to the New Testament writers. As I watched in night visions, I saw one like a human being coming with the clouds of heaven, and he came to the Ancient One and was presented before him. To him was given dominion and glory and kingship, that all peoples, nations, and languages should serve him. His dominion is an everlasting dominion that shall not pass away, and his kingship is one that shall never be destroyed. Daniel 7:13 and 14. Because of the extent of his divine kingship, Jesus is called Lord of Lords and King of Kings. They will make war on the Lamb, and the Lamb will conquer them, for he is Lord of Lords and King of Kings, and those with him are called and chosen and faithful. Revelation 17:14. The writer of Hebrews begins his letter by drawing attention to the exalted Jesus like this. He is a reflection of God's glory and the exact imprint of God's very being, and he sustains all things by his powerful word. When he had made purification for sins, he sat down at the right hand of the Majesty on high, having become as much superior to angels as the name he has inherited is more excellent than theirs. Hebrews 1:2-4. And listen to what John sees in his visionary experience. Then I turned to see whose voice it was that spoke to me. And on turning, I saw 7 golden lampstands. And in the midst of the lampstands, I saw one like a son of man, clothed with a long robe and with a golden sash across his chest. His head and his hair were white as white wool, white as snow. His eyes were like a flame of fire. His feet were like burnished bronze, refined as in a furnace, and his voice was like the sound of many waters. In his right hand he held 7 stars, and from his mouth came a sharp 2-edged sword, and his face was like the sun shining with full force. When I saw him, I fell at his feet as though dead. But he placed his right hand on me, saying, "Do not be afraid. I am the first and the last, the living one. I was dead, and see, I am alive forever and ever, and I have the keys of death and Hades." You may be thinking, what does all this have to do with prayer? I want you to realize that all this describes the high priest we are praying through. Jesus is our exalted high priest regarding the things of God. Jesus holds his priesthood permanently because he continues forever. Consequently, he is able for all time to save those who approach God through him, since he always lives to make intercession for them. For it was fitting that we should have such a high priest, holy, blameless, undefiled, separate from sinners, and exalted above the heavens. Hebrews 7:24-26. Jesus, you are the Lord of Lords and the King of Kings. We have nothing to fear because you have the keys of death and Hades. You have been exalted above the heavens, and you are the high priest of our prayers. We are confident because you are forever making intercession for us. Lord, help us to live in the reality of your exalted position. Amen.